I'm back. Hi folks, this is Kimberly Millay coming to you once again from DEADPIT Sister Studios. And let's see, I've got my latte here and I've got my cigarettes and I'm ready to talk Asian horror goodness at its creamiest. Yeah. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about a movie that CK and Uncle Bill have already talked about on the show a few weeks back. But let's see, I haven't written a review for it yet, so there's that. And also, I believe I liked it a little bit better than they did, so I just sort of wanted to give my take on it. And I'm talking, of course, about Arang, and it was directed by On Sang-hoon, and it's from our very good friends at Tartan Home Video. It's part of their Asia Extreme line of titles. Great company, Tartan. They are, I tell you what, they're an Asia horror junkie's best friend. Yeah, and they've got a great lineup of titles on their Asia Extreme. Okay, in Arang, there's a series of deaths. A series of men are turning up dead mysteriously. And there's a homicide detective assigned to the case from the very first death, and her name is So Young. For real, So Young. And I guess just think of any cliche of any female homicide detective you've ever seen. You know, she's hot, she's sassy, she doesn't take any shit, you know, she's ballsy. Oh, and she has a special hatred for sex offenders. So, good Lord, keep her away from them. You know, anytime she's around them, she gets in trouble. Along with her new rookie partner, Lee, I think his name was, they set about trying to figure out what's killing these men. It could be murder, but, you know, it's a homicide. They're treating it like homicide, but they don't really know for sure. It's really weird. But with each death that happens, you know, there's enough clues accumulating that they're figuring out that there's a definite pattern, and there's got to be some sort of foul play going on here. All they know is that the men are found with horrified expressions on their faces, their corpses. They're like, yeah. And they find out that before their death, each man received an email coming from a website, the same website. And when they track that down, they it's sort of like a MySpace page. Not really. It's like a series of photographs of this really pretty girl named Minjun. I think that's what it was. Anyway, they realize that, you know, that's all connected somehow. And but we get to see what happened to the men. You know, they don't. They're just going on their clues. But we get to see what happens. And see, do you think it might involve a girl ghost? Maybe with long dark hair? I think you'd be right. Not only that, but there's also a kid ghost, a little ghost. And she also has long black hair. And as a matter of fact, they actually work as a tag team at times. And I really appreciated that. I like that. That was pretty cool. I don't think I'm giving anything away when I say that there's a reason for these deaths. And but we're sort of, you know, we're sort of being misled in a way, because what we think has gone down isn't quite what has. Or has it? I guess you just have to decide that for yourself. You know, I liked Arang pretty well. I did. You know, it's true. It does have a long-haired girl ghost or two, but you know, I can totally understand why CK and Uncle Bill would sort of, you know, shy away from it a little because of that. Because it really is getting overused, the whole imagery. But I'll tell you what, during the course of my studies in Asian horology, I found out that in the Asian culture, in the Asian countries, that's a very frightening imagery, the girl ghost with the long dark hair in her face. Sort of the way Frankenstein and the Wolfman used to frighten us. And But you know what? Nobody's really scared of Frankenstein and the Wolfman anymore. I don't think so, anyway. But, more or less, they've sort of been phased out of our American horror culture. And I'm kind of hoping that the long-haired girl ghost gets phased out, too, eventually. Who knows? There's hope. But, I've said before in a written interview that if it's done well, that I really don't mind it. And I really didn't mind it this time because, well, for one thing, it could just be me, but I kind of had the feeling that they were kind of poking fun at the whole Asian girl ghost thing with the long dark hair, because, I mean, one of the characters even says, a girl with long dark hair and dark clothes? Well, it's got to be a ghost. And I thought that was pretty funny. There's some pretty decent twists to it, nothing that's going to give you whiplash or anything. And there's some really decent scares, actually. One scene, it made me jump. And that's kind of hard to do. I don't jump very often in horror movies. And I'm not even talking about a cheap jump, like a cat jumping in the frame. This is a genuinely well-done scene. The wedding reception scene, I think CK mentioned that one. And it really was done well. And it was engrossing, it kept me interested from beginning to end. And you can do worse. So anyway, Arang. Once again, I'll show you the box. Let's see, it's got the picture of the girl with the, if I can get it out of the glare, the girl with the blood in her lap, with the butterflies around her. To be honest, I don't really remember any butterflies. But except for the one on the menu that was flying around, that was pretty cool. I like that. Okay, well, I guess that's it for me for today. And be sure to tune in every Friday for the very best in horror talk radio. That's at DEADPIT.com with your hosts, the Creepy Kentuckian and Uncle Bill, talking the very best of American horror goodness. Okay, so you guys have a great week. And I'll see you later. Bye.